Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ohio State, the voice of college football. I'm your host, Garrison Gaddy. Mike will be joining us soon, but we got our guy, B. Moses, here from Buckeye Scoop. Brandon, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. Feeling great. Glad to be back on. I haven't been on in a few weeks because of some schedule issues, but very happy to be back.
So everyone, before we got on here, Brandon told me, go ahead and tell them what your son did. What your son did.
Oh yeah, so this past weekend, I coached my son's flag football team, and we won a tournament that was played outside the shoe, outside of Ohio Stadium, and they got a nice little blingy ring. I should have brought it with me so I
Oh,
can
they,
show you
they
on
got a
camera.
ring for it?
They got a ring, bro, like a
Oh,
solid, like heavy scarlet and gray ring with the little ice in it.
man.
I might go grab it when Mike come or something just to show you, but it's pretty cool, man. And it's just, on my last podcast, we talked about youth sports and the importance of it and how powerful it is. And as a father, being able to coach my son and those boys and see them persevere. We were down by 10 points at the half in the championship game to a really good team. And we were on our heels. And them boys dug deep. They fought back and they won. We won literally under a minute left. We scored. And I'm like the Brian Hartline. I'm the offensive coordinator. I call the
All right, there we go.
plays.
There we go.
So I have some I got the nice little play sheet. You know what I mean? I don't know if you can see that.
Man, put the plays away. What's wrong with you?
I don't want the Michigan flag team to get my signals. But anyway, but it was dope, man. Them boys, they were so happy, got themselves a ring, and it was just dope to see as a coach and as a father, to see them boys fight for their brother and leave no doubt. You know what I mean? So
no doubt, baby. No, man. Well, before we get going here, first off, shout out to everyone in here. I see Doreen's in here, Sage is in here, AZ Buckeye Burks. Always good to see you here, brother. Like I told you, look, Burks with I don't know if you know about Burks. You know who Burks is,
I don't.
Brandon? So Burks, about a few weeks ago, Burks went on a I had a moment on a show where Michigan show where someone like they just want to be disrespectful to me for no reason, and my guy Burks here, man, he picked up the mantle for me. He's basically all the Michigan channels hate him right now.
Okay, and why is that?
He said they don't tell the truth. They're being fanboys, and I respect Burks for calling it out. I really do.
Well, a Michigan fan who actually follows facts and truth is all right with me. If that's what you're saying, then amen to that. It's pretty cool.
Man, it's a beautiful thing. You know, I live in Michigan, so I don't get to see it that often. Before we get started here, everybody, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you have friends or family, please share this with them. If they are fans of other programs such as North Carolina, Oklahoma, the team up north, please bring them to this channel where we have a lot of great stuff here. Also, I mean, my guy right here, B. Moses, here over at Buckeye Scoop, they have great material over there also. Please be sure to go like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if just so you guys know, it was only for the it was live for all of our members. But if you haven't already, everybody go check out the Luke Montgomery interview that Mike and I did. It was awesome. Stephen Hellwagon actually wrote an article about that. Thanks for that. That was really good. Really helpful that you put that out there. Also, last week we did an interview with Coach Durr of SCP South Florida Express. Be sure to check that one out also. And then one last thing before we get started here, let's give a quick shout out to all of our members. Asian Posh Queen Doreen, AZ Buckeye, Philly Fan, Ape Rock, where one goes, Matthew Miller, James Williams, Kinetic CW2, Open Mike, Robert Howard, and Stephen Helgen. Everyone, we really appreciate you. If you aren't already, click that join button where you'll see our tiers there. We have the Blocko Club, JT wasn't short, and we don't give a damn, and you know the rest. Now, let's get started here. So, big news. Oh, here we go. All right, we'll wait for Mike here to come up. But big news coming out of Columbus. There's been some rumblings of renovations happening at the stadium. And one of the big ones that have come out today is that they are moving the band to the field level. Right here, everyone, you can see what they're doing here. I actually had an idea. What I want to do is move the band also, but I want to move the band on the opposite of the press box, going from the 35 to the 35, about 5 rows up. That's what I wanted. I can understand why no one would want that, but clearly this is a point of contention for a lot of people right now in the Buckeye Nation. How do you feel about this?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really looked at the article to see all the details. The band thing is the one thing that, people were talking about. Listen, I want there to be more of the fans are on top of you type of feel. I want the band to be in a spot where they're rocking, they're prominent. And if that new setting is going to do it, then I'm all for it. I mean, that's what I want, man. So I'm kind of curious to see how. I guess I need to look at all the entire layout to see what they're doing, to see if, since they're moving them there, is something else going to suffer. Did the article mention if where the students are going to go? Because are they going to still be in the same section, or what are they? Okay, they're going to be in the same section.
They'll be in the same section, and then there's like for like VIPs, this will be right there. So they'll still be filling all of that up top. But where the band usually goes, that's where that's going.
Okay.
Which, I mean, when I was playing at St. Francis D2 school, we had something like that, but it wasn't. But we still had our band near our crowd.
Yeah, that's what we want. We want to to be prominent, man. So I'm trying to just picture everything in my mind, because for years, all my life, I can't remember the band not being in a different spot. Maybe they have been in the 60s or something, but yeah, I'm curious to see how this does, with the atmosphere.
I will be happy if it does open up seating for the students. I think that would be awesome. Doreen, I have a question for you. How does Katie feel about it? With her being a past member of the best damn band in the land, I'm curious about her thoughts on this. Matter of fact, Doreen, tell her to call in. Tell her to call in on Thursday, because I actually really want to ask her that question, because, of course, she has more intel about any of that with the band than we probably would.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
But no, I'm okay with it. Like, I don't think it's anything for Buckeye fans to be up in arms about. Let's be honest here. We've been craving for the stadium to get renovations.
Yeah, here they are.
It's a very old stadium, and I think I'm okay with it, because I call it the cathedral of college football.
Mm-hmm.
But I would just say it's needed, bro. That stadium the turf is ass. It's been ass for some time. Yeah, that's about. I don't have much. I want to see what Mike has to say about it. Oh, is Mike? He's still muted right now. But
no, that's cool. I was gonna say, you mentioned the turf, and the crazy thing about it is that turf is fairly new. And so it's frustrating. Like, and this is me being nitpicky. What's up, Mike?
So,
what's going on, fellas? How we doing?
There he is.
Good.
Doing well, man. Talking about these renovations and stuff in the stadium, and Garrison mentioned the turf. And again, I know it's nitpicky, but not really, because having good solid turf is important. But I don't know. This part I'm about to say is nitpicky. To me, I be looking at other fields at night under the lights. They be like green, like they pop with green more. Ours don't look that crispy. You know what I'm saying?
It's not.
Am I the only one? Like, I'm like, come on, this could pop so much better. We're Ohio State. Like, the red ain't red in like it, the scarlet ain't scarlet in like it should be. The green is a little ashy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it is ashy.
Yeah, so stuff like that is like, eh. But yeah, you're right. Old stadium, but it is a cathedral. So you want to try to improve, but keep the charm of the cathedral, but also bring in some new modern stuff to make it better and a better experience. So
yeah, Mike, what are your thoughts on everything?
Here's my thing, man. There's a lot of different takes going on out there about this. And to be honest, I'll tell you this. I think that everybody just needs to slow their roll, pump their brakes. Shout out to my guy, Juck on Bucks. One thing that he spoke on, because everybody right now is pushing back on Bjork, saying that, Russ Bjork doesn't care about the game atmosphere and all of that stuff. I call BS. Our guy Juck was at the Tennessee game and said that it was one of the best night games, one of the best primetime games that he has been to in his life, right? So that also had to do with Bjork, what they wanted to do, adding in, incorporating things, right? Now, I'm going to tell you all, I put this on social media, on Twitter or the X app. Somebody commented and was like, oh, we could be spending money in other places and all of this, right? Well, let's think. Right now, we got revenue sharing coming up. We got a lot of other things coming up. And right now, I just feel like they're taking the small steps. You go ahead, you add what they added. This takes nothing. Some people believe that this takes nothing from the that this is going to take away from the student section. No, it's not. The student section is still the student section. We'll still be in the same spot. It's not a different distance from the field at all. The only thing that you're doing is you're taking the band out. You're putting them in the north end zone where they were back in 2001. And then you are adding in these little luxury boxes. The students are still going to be loud and crazy. I think also what this do is you would always hear about or see the people paying the money for the 50-yard line tickets, right? And so everybody's worried about the sound, the noise, and everything. This does is kind of move those people off the 50-yard line, allow the rowdy people to kind of get in the middle of the stadium or whatever, which will make it even louder as well. Put them behind the glass. It changes nothing. Nothing. Also, what do? You go ahead, you add some extra bucks, which we need to get ready for this revenue sharing and all of this other stuff. And I'm telling you, the renovations, Bjork, one of his first things that he did was take a tour. He has this vision, but things come in small waves. Everybody wants this immediate impact, and it's just not about to happen. Let's go ahead, get the money so that we can go ahead, use that money, and build on to that. My guy B. Moses was talking about the turf. I think we can go to grass. I understand everybody say it's a flood zone and all that, but you can go ahead and use that money to make sure that it's not going to flood. You can add a better drainage system and all that, but that is going to take time. I think everybody should just pump the brakes. Let's not. I mean, we haven't even seen a game with it in there, right? To even sit here and say, "Oh, this is going to suck. This isn't good," or any of that. Pump the brakes. Just understand patience, people, patience. That's my message to Buckeye Nation.
Mike, that was a pointless rant. Fire Bjork. Fire Bjork. Fire Bjork. Fire Bjork.
Whoa. We are not going to start Fire Bjork. I can't say that he built Texas A&M. They built out the back of Johnny Manziel. But we're going to the next topic here. Eric Bill says, I think we'll get Waffle. I'm pumped to go Bucks. Yeah, I was actually on the side of I didn't think we were going to a few weeks ago. Now I'm fully on. I really do hope Larry's able to do this.
I mean, I know we speaking on Larry with this, but I want to give a special shout out to Matt Patricia. Steve Wilfong talked about what his parents were saying to him about the visit and everything. And Larry Johnson, his name did come up, but it was not the first name that came up. The first name that came up was Matt P. And, there were some reserves about Matt P being here. Oh, he hasn't been in college and all of this stuff. But one thing that we keep hearing about the players that are currently on the roster right now, they love Matt P. And we're starting to hear the recruits love Matt P. and the way he breaks things down. So Our guy Terry, that's on the network, one thing that he has talked about is proof of concept. The reason why we're missing on the 5-star edges or 5-star D tackles and things like that was because Nose didn't really incorporate those guys to really get after the quarterback, right? Until after the Oregon game. Now you have Matt P. If he goes out there and show, hey, I can use a jack, I can use a 4-3 edges, I can do all of these different things. What was the biggest thing about Hill and us missing on him? Was a simple fact that we didn't use the position and he wanted to be used in a versatile way, right? Now you hearing about Matt P being able to do this and unlock that with these players. So I'm excited if we get them. Y'all know my motto. I don't trust the kids. I wait till signing day.
Yeah. Matt Patricia, man, listen, I think the last time I was on here, I was talking about how silly a lot of the pushback about the Matty P hire was. Because listen, I understood there was some Detroit Lions fans who are also Ohio State fans and mainly Michigan fans who were trying to clown the hire because, of course, his stint in Detroit did not go well. And he even admitted that in a recent interview that, he came in a little hot and he learned from it. And so the main thing that was the concern for Matt Patricia coming here was his attitude and his approach. But like Mike said, so far from Ryan Day to the current players, to the recruits, even to the coaches like Laurinaitis, they love the dude. So what are we talking about? Are we actually concerned about his X's and O's chops? For real? His ability to scheme up?
He's a rocket scientist.
Literally a rocket scientist. I'm glad you brought that up. Like the dude, in his spare time, sits around with students talking about rocket science. He's literally a rocket scientist. He has a degree in that. So the dude is super bright. He has a new lease on life. Coaches can learn. We can go down the list of 11 coaches who have crashed and burned, who have made mistakes, who have failed, who have come back to, stand tall and do their thing. So this notion that he's just a bad hire and people are still clinging to that. And I know the season has not started, but my money's on him to do well. So you can die on that hill that he's trash because you don't like him because you're a Lions fan all you want. I'm pretty confident this dude gonna show up and do well here.
And I'll quickly go through these. I thought these were funny. He said they can always borrow some of that BBO they got from Diddy to deal with the shy Ashy look. Oh, that's crazy. This Sage is put in real seats. I hate getting 3-inch aluminum. Yeah. Those seats are. Yeah, I completely hate those seats. So, guys, 2 days ago, I woke up around 6 a.m. and I decided that I was gonna. I saw Mike. You saw I was gonna spread some Ohio State propaganda. But I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this. I know how I feel about it, but. The first one I want to point out here. And guys, this is what hit or miss. Did I hit on this or did I miss? You let me know. The first one is right here. Styles and Reese might be the best linebacker duo at Ohio State since McMillan and Baker in 2016. What do you guys think?
I'm not against that. Man. I mean, to be honest. Garrison, we have talked multiple times on this platform about, are we losing talent with, Cody Simon, leaving? No, I feel like with Cody Simon leaving, we're losing experience. But what I feel is with Arvell Rishu, he has a higher ceiling than Cody Simon. So, I mean, I believe it, and I'm ready to see it, man.
Yeah, so I'm going to say you are hitting on that. And the reason why I say that is a couple reasons. Number one, you emphasize duo, right? That's important because, we've had some pretty good linebackers. Okay, let me rephrase. We have not had the level of linebackers we used to consistently have these past few years, but we've had some hits that were like, okay, they were pretty good, especially Cody Simon. It took him a while with injuries and experience, but he became a really, really good linebacker. But the duo, it's funny that you bring that up. And I know some people, man, my homeboy, he ain't gonna like this, but who's watching? But I've been rewatching the playoff run. Highly recommend, by the way, Buckeye fans. If you haven't done that yet, go back and watch the games. It's just beautiful, man. But I've been rewatching the games, and Sonny Styles ended the season a lot better than people give him credit for.
Bingo.
He was disruptive. He was triggering better. He was, now listen, obviously he got burnt on the wheel route against Blue versus Texas. Yes, that was bad. Yes, I get that. But as far as just linebacker stuff, just outside of that one-on-one isolated matchup he got burnt on, he played really well. He had there was a quarterback strip that he stripped the QB. And back in my mind, I was thinking it was one of the D linemen. But when I rewatched it, I was like, oh, that was Sonny. There was 2 Ram truck hits in my Pat McAfee voice that he did against Texas and against I think it was Tennessee. And I mean Ram truck. Listen, people don't like Pat McAfee. He could be annoying, but I kind of like him in a weird way sometimes. But anyway, I'm getting off track. The point is, Sonny Styles. And here's the other thing. And shout out to my boy Funky Buck, my co-host on Sundays at 6 p.m. He made a good point, reminding that he reclassified. Remember, he's a year younger, as far as coming in. And on top of that, he's still transitioning to linebacker. So I expect him to step up and have a really big year this year. And so I say all that to say, I think you're hitting with the duo, because Arvell Reese, I didn't even touch on him. He's getting so much praise. We all expect him to be a first rounder and just be a dog this year. And I believe it, because he was really good last year as a backup. So yeah, hit.
I do have I don't think this is a hot take. I think there's a chance, because he's been playing the position much longer than Sonny. There's a chance that I think Reese might. It's not saying, because I think Sonny's going to be in a first, second round pick. I really believe that. But I think by next year, I think Arvell is different, and a lot of that has to do with Styles. He's played linebacker for a year, so and maybe this season, man, we see something we ain't never seen before out of Styles, because it is a chance we see, because he has the ability to,
I mean, it's been hinted out there that we might see Styles off the edge, but then I mean, our offensive linemen just keep talking about it and just keep saying Arvell Reese is unstoppable off the edge. So I mean, I'm excited to see what Matt P is going to cook up. I'm expecting big things from our linebackers this year. And to piggyback off of what B Moses is saying, the triggering, you can even go back to the spring game, right? I know a spring game, but those are the things that you can actually take from the spring game. He was triggering like a linebacker, and to be honest, like we said, he got a lot better in that playoff run. That the trigger that he had in that spring game was like he'd been playing linebacker for a very, very long time. That was the trigger that we had been looking for. And I mean, also, again, just being in that box and understanding it, I feel like he's going to be moving a lot faster than what he was last year. His instincts, being able to read what the offense is doing. I think a lot of people are going to be shocked with this defense. I know some people are expecting it to fall off, but I mean, in a lot of places where we're replacing the experience, I think that we're making up in talent.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yes, I'm ready.
No, I was just gonna say, man, like one thing I've learned, and I know this is a no-no, but I know we're impatient. We have an impatient demon on our shoulder just sitting there like, nope, he's a bust. He's a bust. Like, we gotta let cats develop sometimes, man. We gotta let players develop sometimes. I can go down a list of players who we thought, oh, he was a 5-star, high 4-star, but then into their senior year, we start seeing them actually form into something that, if not be a first-round pick, but at least impactful. I mean, off the top of the head, Curtis Grant, what you gonna be made of? Like he was, considered, hey, he's not really what we thought, but senior year, he was a leader and a cog on that team. He may not have been a first rounder, but that's a guy. And shoot, on the offensive side, Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin was just a guy, for a few years until he started to step up his senior year and he became like a playmaker. And obviously we see what he's doing now. I mean, I can go down the list, but
Steve Miller.
yeah, bro. I mean, exactly. Like, who would have thought Steve Miller would have balled out like that against Alabama and in the playoffs? You feel me? Like, we can go down the list. I'm just saying, yes, there's some guys who disappoint and never end up being anything, but also we so quick to pull the trigger on calling cats bust and say they just can't ever be good. Like, even our D-line depth, I know that we've been questioning that and we have concerns, but don't be surprised if some guys step up. Don't be surprised if Taiwan Malone steps up, or your boy why I forget his name, the 6'7" cat, first guy off the bus.
Jason Moore.
You said what? Yeah, Jason Moore. I mean, I'm just saying, like, we gotta let cats develop sometimes, and I believe Sonny Styles is not done developing yet. And to your point, Garrison, he has first, second round measurables. He's gonna do really well in the combine, but the game slowing down and him really stepping up and coming back this year, I think he's going to step up, man, and show some people some things, man.
All right, so the next hit or miss. I think people speak too loosely about Igwinosin. He has way more good tape than bad. It is natural for people to focus on the negative, but he is better than what people are portraying him as.
Mike?
I mean, one thing that we just want to see Iggy get better at is obviously the penalties, right? But yeah, I mean, I think that Iggy doesn't get enough credit when you talk about him coming into the room when he first got here. We were talking about, man, our cornerbacks looked a little soft the previous year and everything, and then one thing that we heard as soon as he got on there, Denzel Burke was talking about, like, he brings that fiery edge. He brings that competitiveness. I mean, the dude's a dog. He's a scrapper. You want to talk about someone. One thing that I didn't like was him playing off the ball as much as Knowles had him. I think that he plays a lot better when he's, like, in press man. Also, when he's closer to the box, I know some people didn't like this tape, but I kind of wanted to see him move to the inside. And the reason why I said that is when he first got here, that man was triggering faster than our linebackers. Good in run support. Was really good in run support. I mean, everybody, like BMO said, everybody looks at the negatives. I try to look at most of the positives, and our guy, Chimity Chekwa, he said, just give me 2 weeks with him. He said, because he said that he sees similarities in what he had issues with. And he said, just give me 2 weeks. I get it fixed. So I don't know if those guys, ended up meeting up. I hope so. But I mean, I'm expecting Iggy to come back, handle his business, take care of it. And I mean, because that's honestly when guys come back for their senior year or the fifth year or anything like that, the one thing that they're able to mostly focus on is ball. They don't have as many classes and things like that. Yeah. So if Iggy actually dives into that and goes ahead and take care of business, why wouldn't he get better? Why should I expect him not to get better? So I'm excited.
I want to pump your head up, Garrison, but you hitting again, brother. That's another hit. Man, don't take it to the head.
I have my bad days, but damn, I have some good days.
yeah. So listen, man, I respect
Buckeye
Iggy,
captain
man.
in the chat.
Yeah, who's that?
Mr. Sanchez.
Oh, yeah, I saw. Yeah, what up, Daniel? What up, Mr. Sanchez? Yeah, I saw him in the chat with the eyes. What's good, brother? But yeah, so amen to all of that, Mike. And listen, I respect Iggy, and even more important than that, the players on the team respect Iggy. Like, he's the opposite of soft. Like, the dude is physical. He is not afraid to come up and run support, like Mike said. He's fearless. The only thing is, obviously, we be thinking like, dude, You didn't even have to interfere on that. Like, why did you do that? Why? He's just handsy. He's a little handsy. And so, they're going to continue to work with him, but he was more impactful on a positive note than negative. Yes, he had frustrating moments, but come on, think about that pick against Penn State, bro. That was clutch. that just gets overlooked because we're so upset with him grabbing on a jersey that we just forget about that. That was an incredible pick. And again, he's also has some just really good plays. And he should have had a pick against Tennessee, but they called that trash roughing the passer call. It's trash. But anyway, I ain't gonna go on and belabor the point. Hit.
Yeah, I just think about, like you said, like he's always around the ball. He's always there. I've been saying this, he plays corner like a linebacker. I think he's been the best tackling corner for the last 2 years in college football. He's not ready to put his helmet on you.
Yeah.
But no, I just, again, like you guys said, he has to clean up that holding thing, that touchy grabby thing, the Diddy thing, and I gotta stop. And
I'll say this, man. We don't have to worry about Iggy getting burnt like we did back in 2021. We was watching guys get
right.
Yeah. I mean, God bless Cam Brown's soul, but I was like, dude, what?
Bro, yeah.
And then he ran that like 4.6 or 4.7, and I'm just like, what are we doing?
That was bad.
Oh, and matter of fact, I'm foreshadowing here, but when we get to the next segment, remind me to bring that back up, Mike.
Okay.
Please don't let me forget, but go ahead.
I got you.
Well, guys, before we get there, a message here from the voice of college football. Get your business, product, service, or personal brand to the next level by partnering with the voice of college football. Let's discuss how you also can reach your target market. Check out the experience of one of our current partners, that being Win Agency, posted here on the screen, and we are here to deliver for you. Contact us at sponsorships at bocfb.com. Again, that's sponsorships at bocfb.com today. Also, everyone, if you haven't already, please be sure to check out our website, bocfb.com, where you can check out all the latest news in college football. It's honestly really great because our writers that we have, you can go on there and check out our writers. If you want to find Mike and I, you can click on host or see our shows and see the lineup that we have for the week on the left side there, as you see. But all the articles are 250 words or less. Usually they're quick reads, a good way to take in all the news we have and make it concise. So be sure to check that out. Again, that's bocfb.com.
Yeah, if you love college football, there's no reason why you're not on the website. No. Just saying, if you love college football, no reason, whether you're a Team Up North fan, Ohio State fan, Tennessee fan, or Duckwing fan, go check it out.
All right, by the way, guys, we can keep this like 30-second answers. I have one more hit or miss.
Oh.
We can keep it.
If it's too good, man, that's hard to keep us at 30 seconds if it's too good. Because you're on fire. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. Taking the worst offense under Ryan Day and acting as if 2023 is the rule, that is a mistake. Even with Hartline being a first-time offensive coordinator, even with him being offensive coordinator, there are a lot of fail-safes on this offense.
Can you elaborate on that? Can you repackage that question or that statement?
It's the first sentence. It's the end of the first sentence that got me.
I got you. There's too much. Okay, I'll put it this way. Ryan Day is one of the best offensive play callers and one of the best head coaches in college football, specifically in the pass game. Offensive line coach Tyler Bowen is known for scheming up the run game in college football. He's been very damn good at that in his tenure. You're going to have one of the best O-lines in the country. You have one of the best wide receiver units you have the best wide receiver unit in the country. Tate is going to be slotted as a first-round pick. Jeremiah Smith, Brandon Ennis, we know what it is. You have one of the top 2, 3, 1 tight ends in the country. You have a talent. They're fail-safes. There's just too much around the offense for either Brian Hartline or Julian Sand to fail.
Okay. So yes, I think that's a hit, and I agree with all of that. and I'll say this specifically about Heartline. I don't think people, because listen, I listen to press conferences. So I know some people just think it's nothing to gain from it, but I disagree.
Yes.
So if you listen to all the press conferences, you will peep that Ryan Day has several times has given Brian Hartline his flowers for his input in the playoff run as far as scheming up route trees, concepts, all of that. Like Hartline was thoroughly involved in the game planning and the schemes and all of that. He may have not been calling plays, but he was integral in it. So my point is that I think Hartline's experience over time, I just think he's ready now to step up and do his thing. That playoff run to me was kind of like to get him over the hump to really be officially ready. So there's that. But yeah, bro, it's funny, and the timing is perfect for us breaking in a new quarterback because yeah, you're right. Like he's surrounded by just solid elite players. And so, yes, I do think there's too many fail safes, and that the number one fail safe is the offensive line, which is crazy because, at the end of the season before the playoff run, most of Buckeye Nation thought our line was trash and, we had injuries and all that. But now it's considered top 5 in the country coming into this year. So, yeah, with Julian Saying coming in with our new running backs who we believe are going to be solid, tight ends, line. I mean, bro, like we can run 12 personnel. We can run, an offense where some, quick hitters to get Julian Saying going and comfortable and all that, man, and then open things up as he gets his feet under him. So yes, I do think there's too many fail safes, and thank God we're at home against Texas because taking out on the road would have been really tough, and on the road against Texas. But anyway, yes, I agree. Hit
Mike. Before you go, Mark just posted. Yeah, I just looked up Justice Fitzpatrick committed to Georgia. I'll let you guys handle down your Mike. I'll let you talk about that tomorrow if you guys need to or want to.
I don't know if
you're gonna talk about that. Okay.
I mean, my take on it is, I think Brian Hartline gets a little too much criticism because of the 2023 season. And I think it had more to do with what's going on, my guy, Rod. I think it has more to do with who the quarterback was and the limitations that quarterback had more than what it had to do with Brian Hartline, personally. Also, to piggyback off of what B. Moses was saying, I don't believe that Ryan Day, he's not a guy that makes the same mistake twice. He normally doesn't do that. I think that people need to look at that and check that out. I think that we're going to be fine. Here's my thing. I'm not going to have a worry about the offense when we have Ryan Day in there. We watched Ryan Day as CEO, right? When there was issues and you got Nick Saban talking about the defense as an offensive mind, he went in that room, reconstructed the defense to be better than what it was supposed to be, right? Mm-hmm. To get it back to the Ohio State standard as an offensive guy. If he has to step in as a CEO, if he has to step in and help with game planning and things like that, I think that he will. But I believe he also brought in the right people. He didn't just bring in Bowen or whatever just to be offensive line coach. You know what he did? He added about 3 more other offensive line guys or whatever to worry about that. So guess what? Him and Hartline can mesh and be well together in that play calling with those schemes. And again, a part that I think that everybody just continues. If you haven't watched some of Brian Hartline's interviews, you need to go back and watch them from like 2022 to 2021, and also go watch Jackson Smith and Jigba's interviews when he would talk about reading the offense as if it was reading the offense like a quarterback. How many? I think I talked with you about this, Garrison. How many wide receiver coaches can say from day one when a wide receiver steps on campus, I'm teaching them to read defenses as if they're a quarterback? Tell me, name them. Anybody in the chat, name them.
Good.
You can't tell me any wide receiver coach that is doing that from day one. So I think that that's the part that people forget, and that's the reason why he's able to help with the scheme in the playoffs the way he did, is because he's reading it like a quarterback. Come on, guys. Let's put 2 and 2 together, man.
Amen.
No, that was good, guys. That was good. Okay, now.
Did we lose Mike?
No, he's coming. He's coming back.
Okay.
Now, let's get to the fun part here, and I think everyone will like this. By the way, everybody, make sure to check out the question there in the chat. Go ahead and answer that, and go ahead and click yes or no on that. But everyone, I had some fun for us guys here, and what I want to do here is make the so far all-time Ryan Day football team.
I want to go first.
Okay.
Oh, B Moses, did you have something before you go to that, or is that part of the?
That's part of it.
Okay, all right. Just wanted to remind you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
All right.
So
how do you guys want to do this? You want to list off your team, or do you guys want to go through it together, and we'll place them?
Whatever you think is more interactive. I mean, maybe like I can name my corners and then he can name his corners, or like.
Yeah, all right, we'll go. We'll do that. Let's start defense. Yeah, go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead. Tell what's yours.
All right. So what's the first position I got on defense? Oh, D tackles. So my 2 D tackles is Tyleek Williams and Devon Hamilton.
Okay. I have the same.
And just for those watching, listen, I know there's many choices. This is why this is tough. I mean, some of these positions are tougher than others to pick. So I know somebody like, why didn't you pick those? I mean, I thought about all of them. I went back and looked at rosters. Look, I thought this through. But I was very happy with that. I think that's a solid 2 D tackles. I thought about Haskell Garrett. I thought about who else did I think about at D tackle? I forget, but those are the 2 I settled down with, was those 2, and I'm very happy with that selection. What you got, Mike?
For the D tackles, yeah, I got Tyleek as well, but then I'm gonna go with Mike Hall.
I thought, yeah, Mike Hall. That's the other one I was very like, ooh.
I thought about it. I thought
I got Mike Hall.
Yeah. Cool. So you want to move on to the next?
Oh, I got mine. Oh no, I said that. I'm from my.
Yeah. You said you got the same as me.
Yeah. All right, let's go to DN.
All right. Now this one was interesting. So my first DN.
I thought this is where we all might differ.
Yeah, we probably will. But remember, 2019, Ryan Day's first year was 2019. Don't forget that, y'all.
Yeah.
So my first DN is Chase Young.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
Absolutely 1000% Chase Young. Now this second one was really tough, but I went with Jack Sawyer, man. I went with Scoop and Sawyer for my other DN, bro. I'm sorry.
So
I'm
it's
going
a
with
wash.
Scoop and Sawyer.
It's a wash.
You picked the same too?
It's a wash.
So all right. Oh, wait, 1 second. So I did have. I forgot I have this for us. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
But okay. Well, you guys. Well, my choice doesn't matter anymore because you guys both chose that. I had JT.
That's fine.
That's fine. I don't. I mean, that's not. It's not bad.
Right.
But I'll say this. We're picking the players.
Yeah.
But we also need to pick the coach that they're going to be under. Because I do like, if you're talking about Chase Young and JTT in a no system, I don't really like that. But if you're talking about Chase and JTT in the Halfley,
right. That's a good point.
Yeah. So y'all say Young and Sawyer. All right. Okay. Now, LB1 and LB2.
All right. Let me see what I got here. Okay. So my linebacker one. You said what?
No. Go ahead.
So my linebacker 1 is Malik Harrison. All right. My linebacker 2 is Cody Simon. And I'll tell you who I thought about, because again, let's just be real. These Ryan Day years, the linebacker position has not been great. I mean, there's no AJ Hawks and Bobby Carpenters and, even a Jerome Baker. I mean, like, we've had some good ones, like Malik Harrison is good. But I thought the way Cody Simon came on and won a ship and like won MVP of games and stepped up and was spying Oregon's quarterback. I mean, he just came out of nowhere with just dominance. So that's why I thought about Pete Werner. I thought about some other guys, but those are my 2.
I believe Baron Browning was there back in 2020.
I thought about Browning too. Yeah, I thought about Browning as well.
Wait. Baron was there in 2020?
Yeah.
Yep, he was.
Wait. I got to take Cody out.
Yeah, Baron Browning.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, he's a much better pro than he was a college player because we didn't put him in the right position.
Yeah. But that's
why I did not pick him here.
But that would be under Kerry Coombs.
Yeah, and I get you.
That's why I was saying the coach, the defensive coordinator, is very important in this.
Yes,
because Baron Browning, I believe, under Jeff Hafley would have been much better. But I believe I forgot who was ahead of him at that time. But yeah, Baron Browning is just, I believe, a freak athlete, man.
Yeah, but that's why I didn't pick Baron Browning, because I considered how he played here at the linebacker position, which was not necessarily his fault, but that's why.
I forgot to say that this is strictly college.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And Mike, you said Baron and who else?
Oh, Cody. I got Cody as well.
All right, so we all got Cody. I have Pete Werner. It's not a big list we can go from, but I thought he
was good. He was a good linebacker. He was really good.
How many Ohio State linebackers have played better than Pete Werner?
Cody Simon.
Yeah.
You think he was better in coverage?
No.
He wasn't better than Pete in coverage because the way that they had dropped Pete like he was a safety sometimes.
Exactly.
So,
right.
So,
they were asked to do 2 different things.
Yeah.
Cody Simon wasn't asked to cover. He was asked to be a quarterback on the field from the linebacker position. It's just a different thing. So to me, Cody Simon was the better overall linebacker, but Pete Werner was very good in coverage, and he will come up and hit you too. I mean, to me, he doesn't get enough love. I'm not saying he's AJ Hawk level, but he was a really solid linebacker here.
Simon's more your middle linebacker, where Pete was mostly your outside line, outside prototype linebacker.
Yeah,
so I think they're still good picks.
So who are we gonna go with for LB2?
I already went. So as far as consensus,
let's just consensus to pick a LB2.
I'm saying Malik Harrison.
Malik Harrison? Oh, was he? Oh, he was there in 2019.
Yep.
Well then, I forgot. That's who was ahead of Baron Browning. That's who was ahead of Baron Browning.
Let me ask this: were they better than Sonny was last year?
Yes. Who you talking about? Harrison?
From start to finish, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
For sure.
Yeah.
Right. So let's go with Malik. We'll go with Malik. I love Malik too. All right. CB1 now.
All right. So here's what I was talking about. Listen, man, this one was just like I was thumbing through the list like, man, we really don't have that much to choose from. Because if you think about it, Denzel Burke has been so inconsistent. Sean Wade was getting toasted. I mean, honestly, bro, like I'm just being straight up with you. For me, it had to be Jeff Okudah and Damon Arnett, the 2019 corner duo. Yeah. That's it. Who else you gonna pick over them two? Now we love Iggy, but he ain't better than them two. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I agree 100. I agree 100% with you. But I will say this: I'll push back. I put Sean Wade at the nickelback because he was phenomenal at nickelback, and I just feel like we talk about him too much about the outside corners where he didn't even get, he came back to be developed as an outside corner. He did not get any development at outside corner because of COVID. And then he was also battling the injury as well.
Yeah, at nickel, he's solid.
Denzel Burke there. Yeah. I had Denzel Burke.
Nah, I'm good. You talking about Okuda, man? Recruits still talk about Okuda to this day.
Oh no, Okuda's what CB1. Yeah. And it's not even close. I feel like sometimes people forget. He didn't have one penalty called to him all season.
Oh yeah, when he told that reporter to check the tape, and then that reporter got that reporter lost his job a week later.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think my connection's still down.
And listen, I know Arnett was thug life, tatted on my chest. Can you feel me? And all that stuff and gunplay and just crazy. But he was solid on the field, man. He was physical. I mean, all that, man. So yeah, them is about those should be. That's the only 2 picks. I will fight you on that. That's it.
You guys are right. I was wrong on this. I did have Nickelback. Who did you guys put there?
I'm cool with Wade there because I can't think of another Nickelback that was better than Sean Wade.
I got one for you.
Who's that?
So let me know if I'm wrong here. Because I think I might be actually. Did Jordan Fuller not play Nickelback?
No, he was all right. We used him for single high.
Okay, so you're right. So if that's the case, at nickel, I'm going Jordan Hancock.
Okay.
I mean, I don't hate it.
It's fine. That's the number 2. I mean, that's the only the closest one. So yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, Wade or Hancock.
What are we doing? Wade or Hancock?
I mean, I'm going with Wade personally. I just felt like he made more. He had opportunities to make more plays. I do wish Hancock had more opportunities. I don't really blame him. But yeah,
I'll give Wade the slight edge. I do think Hancock is really good and he's up there. I mean, it's like neck and neck, but I give Wade a slight edge.
All right. Who are your 2 safeties?
All right.
Fuller and Downs.
Yep, that's it. There's no other.
There's no in between.
There's no other.
Fuller at strong. Free safety and Downs at strong. So
yeah. So let me Mike and Garrison. I'm sorry. Let me show Lathan Ransom some love. We love Ransom.
I have Lathan right here.
I have no problem with Ransom being a selection because he's a dog. We love that dude. But Jordan Fuller was the eraser. Like he was the most solid, most fundamentally sound, smartest safety we've ever had, maybe. And I'm not saying the most athletic. I'm talking about just solid. And of course, Caleb Downs, man. But yes, Ransom deserves some love. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I mean, Ransom does deserve some love. But here's the thing. I can't think of a time Fuller was. I can think of the exact time that my guy Ransom gave up some explosives.
Oh yeah,
can't really think of that at Fuller. Like Fuller stopped so many explosives.
Yep.
He just, and I mean Fuller. I felt like Fuller was completely underrated, just because of how much he was an eraser, man. And I don't think that people ever gave him enough credit. I don't even believe that his draft stock, like where the way the draft went, and then my guy ended up going out there and being, Super Bowl. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Did you guys pick kicker, fit, and punter?
Nope.
No.
All right.
I didn't even think of that.
I have fielding, and this is a terrible list you can go from. For Ohio State kickers.
Who was our kicker in 2019? Because that's whoever it is. Just put 2019 because it wasn't fielding.
Right.
2019 kicker.
2019 kicker.
And then for punter, I have Drew Chrisman.
Okay.
I'll rock with that.
That's
I'll rock
fine.
with that.
All right. Now, guys, let's get to offense.
All right. Who's our offensive coordinator? Or did we hold on? Did we do defensive coordinator? Who known as our defensive coordinator over the defense? I got Halfley.
Yes.
Oh yeah. In the all-time, if we're doing coordinators, absolutely Halfley with his dumb butt leaving for Boston College. We could have got 2 ships anyway.
Who's your OC? Who's your OC? Chip?
Oh, it has to be Chip.
Chip Kelly, hands down.
I mean, clearly.
All right.
All right. So, okay. So this came down to 2 guys.
Yes.
Came down to 2 guys, and I decided to go with C.J. Stroud. Okay, because listen, I was thinking about Justin Fields and his dual threat ability and all the other stuff, but I'm thinking to myself, with this all-time offense, we don't need him to run. And the old fans are gonna send him threatening Venmos and tell him to run and all the other stuff still, but I don't care. He's a ball placement specialist. Gotta have Stroud. Justin Fields was my second, and Haskins was my third.
Yeah, when you have Chip Kelly there, I don't believe that he would allow Ryan Day to put that leash on Stroud that he did. A lot of people don't know that Ryan Day was telling CJ don't run past the sticks or whatever because he had PTSD from that Justin Fields getting smacked.
And he had a bunch of injured running backs.
CJ just got so much hate that was unwarranted, and it was mainly because of Day. So CJ's my guy. Everybody talk about, he's not a runner. Do you not remember his first play?
Right.
To the cribbo.
And again,
go watch his high school tape. The dude was an athlete.
Right. He could run. And he told people in that Northwestern press conference, remember the windy conditions on the road? He told people that he went up to Day several times and said, hey, I can run. Give me the ball. I can run. And Day did not want him to run. So this whole narrative that he was soft and was scared to run was not true. But anyway, we can move on.
I did pick Stroud too. Now, I will tell you, I struggle with this because for a very long time, I've always said if I'm picking the quarterback at Ohio State, I'm picking Justin Fields because it's not like we didn't see him in 12 games throw 40 touchdowns with 1 interception. And he doesn't have the wide receivers that the quarterbacks after him had. So, but I picked Stroud. I did pick Stroud.
Okay.
Fields had Olave and Garrett Wilson, man.
Wait. Olave was a sophomore wearing 17. Garrett Wilson was a freshman. He was out there throwing the ball.
You said a sophomore in 17.
17.
No, he was wearing 17.
Oh, no, but still, wasn't he a junior in 2020?
No, he was a sophomore and he didn't start.
No, hold on. That's not true because Olave played under Urban's last year.
Yeah, in 2018.
The wide receivers in 2019, they were Benjamin Victor. They were
Austin Mack, Chris Olave, and Garrett.
Do you think that wide receiver unit is anything as good as what we have today?
No.
Hold on. You was wrong, bruh. We had I'm telling you, Chris Olave was the starter. I'm looking at it.
No, but Mike, that's not my question. Mike, that's not why I'm arguing. I'm saying Justin Fields didn't have anything close to the wide receiver unit that CJ had, that McCord had. Well, Emeka was out all
season. We had Jameis Williams on there. We had 3
That's
first rounders on that squad.
Yeah, no. Listen, I'm not arguing that he had a better receiver core. I'm just saying he didn't have bums. I mean, Chris Olave was a junior in 2020.
Bums. I'm just sitting here saying Benjamin Victor, and I like Victor. He was a starter.
In 2019, Chris Olave was a senior.
I'm thinking about 2020. No, he couldn't have been a senior in 2019.
2019.
I'm looking up the 20. This is the 2019. Oh, it's a 2019, 2020 roster.
Yeah. Because remember, he played against Clemson. Remember the long bomb against Clemson in 2020?
Where is this at?
Wait, there's
Chris Olave right there.
Chris was there in 2020.
Senior.
Was
he? Yeah.
He came back for his 5th season.
Hold up. No, I don't think Chris Olave redshirted. I thought he was wasn't he a true freshman against Michigan in 2018 when he scored 2 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know why this says he was a senior then.
I'm not calling them bums. I'm just sitting here saying that ain't the same as having a tenured Garrett Wilson, a tenured Chris Olave, a tenured JSN, and a Marvin.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. But the crazy thing, Garrison, is we're always so stacked and loaded that it's like, you know what I'm saying? What are we arguing over? But I get your point. Yes, technically they were better. But yeah, we can.
But either way, I'm arguing something that I didn't pick.
Yeah, we can move on.
Now, running back.
JK all day.
All right. So
I have RB1 and RB2. I got 2 running backs.
Okay. Yeah. So do I. I got 2.
Let me fix this here.
So what's your second, Mike? Then I'll give my 2. Oh, you thinking on the spot? You only chose 1.
Yeah, I only chose 1.
Well, you think about that because I got 2 down here. I got J.K. Dobbins as 1, and this one was tough because I was going back and forth between my second pick, which is Travion Henderson, or Trey Sermon. I thought about Trey Sermon in 2020 and how dominant he was, but I gotta go with Henderson. You said what?
I have Dobbins and Sermon.
Yeah, I went with Henderson.
Give me Dobbins and Judkins.
Okay.
And I'll say the reason being is I gotta have the 2 different skill sets. I have to. Because I feel like Dobbins and Henderson kind of have the same skill set.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do here. I'm sorry, Mike. You said who?
I said Dobbins and Judkins. I gotta have a bruiser, man. I gotta have a bruising running back. I got to.
You didn't think Sermon could bruise through people?
No, Sermon can. I'm not arguing. I'm not against.
He's just choosing Judkins as his bruiser instead of Sermon. Yeah.
And the reason being is just because like it took Sermon. I mean, I know we didn't have like the full season. They didn't have the full development, but it did take Sermon a little bit just to get adjusted. So by the time he was good. It was almost the end of the season, right? Whereas I know what Judkins was from beginning to end. And
especially Dobbins. He was a dog, obviously.
Yeah.
But
we're gonna let the chat handle that. You guys tell me what's everyone saying?
I mean, we're all split down. We all have 3 different answers for the second back, so I don't know. Like,
I'm gonna let the chat duke it out for that.
Didn't both of y'all say Sermon? So just go with
No, I said Henderson. I said I was thinking about Sermon, but I got Henderson. Yeah.
And when I think about it, Mike, a Dobbins and Judkins duo.
I just feel like Dobbins and Henderson too similar. Like I gotta have that. I gotta have 1 bruiser. So here's my thing. If you was to give me a bruiser, who would it be? B Moses.
I think Trey Sermon. Well, the reason I picked Sermon was because I don't think he's as fast as Trey, but I think you get the best of both Trey and Judkins in Sermon.
Hold on. I just thought about something because to your point, Mike, about the coordinators and the scheme. Remember, y'all, Trey Sermon was running behind a zone blocking scheme. We had a mean zone blocking scheme in 2019. We have been trash in zone blocking since then.
Good point.
So do we want, Trey Sermon trying to run in Chip Kelly's offense? I mean, I'm just saying.
No, he doesn't have the wiggle for that. I don't think he has.
Right.
Give me Judkins.
Yeah, so I will go with Judkins as the bruiser. So that's fine. But yeah.
Now let's have some fun.
I think we already know this, bro.
Well, hold on.
We all have Jeremiah. We all have Jeremiah.
No, Jeremiah Smith didn't make mine. I'm joking. Woo! I'm joking.
We'll be most about to get clipped up.
Hey, Mike, I already screen recorded it.
Right. Just clip that part and just post it. But I got Jeremiah Smith, Marvin Harrison Jr., and this was tough. Garrett Wilson, man. I went with Garrett Wilson as my third.
All right, Mike, I'm gonna let you know this right now. It's already swept because I have that same 3.
Dang.
Who'd you have, Mike?
I got Smith, I got Garrett, and I got Olave.
Ooh.
I'm not mad.
No Marvin Harrison Jr.? All right.
I'll tell you.
It's just here's my thing on it. The separation. Marv has a great catch radius, but when you talk about separation and just leaving guys, those 3 do it right there. You ain't have to worry about it. You talk about explosives, I'm getting explosives out of all 3 of them.
And I see Rod right here. He says this was the hardest person to keep off this list. JS said
I thought about
Yeah.
JSN.
I
That
did
was,
think about Jay.
He was my fourth. He was my fourth.
but Chris's.
Cause here's my thing. I can have Garrett and I can have JJ on the outside. And could you imagine the mismatch of Chris Olave in that slot? Oh my God.
Or even JSN.
Yeah,
in
I
the
mean,
slot. I mean,
but-
pick your poison.
So I would have Garrett in the slot, but I've had this long-standing thought about Garrett Wilson, and like I'm gonna separate Jeremiah away from everybody else in this. Okay, I do believe that with everybody else, in terms of just skill set, athletic ability, I don't understand why Garrett Wilson doesn't get talked about as the best receiver at Ohio State before Jeremiah came in the door. I always thought, man, that he just like when we watch Chris and JSN, and it looked different when Garrett was doing it.
That's because you need to talk to Chris Drew more.
Well, why do you say that? Why do you say that?
Because he's a big Garrett Wilson fan, bro. That dude will argue any point for Garrett Wilson, my guy.
Bro, I'm not there, but I'm like, outside of Jeremiah, I think like if someone said to me Garrett Wilson's better than Marvin Harrison Jr., I wouldn't argue it.
But again, listen, we pulling up in Bentleys and Bugattis and Raris, and I mean that's all our receiver room. So it's just like, what are we really arguing over for real? But
so,
yeah.
All right then. So yeah, we're going Smith, Marv, and Garrett. All right.
Sure.
Tight
ends. So okay, this one was interesting.
Easy.
Well, to me, it was. I had some pause with mine, but I got two. I got Cade Stover, and this might surprise you. I got Luke Farrell as my second one, and he threw his pen. Did I steal your thunder? And listen,
no, you didn't steal my. You pissed me off.
Oh, okay. Well, listen. I'm going to give you my rationale. I'm going to give you Luke Farrell, in my opinion, was one of the best blocking tight ends we've had. In 2019, a lot of them 2,000 yards J.K. Dobbins got was on the back of Luke Farrell, sealing the edge in that zone blocking scheme. So I got my blocking tight end, and then with Cade Stover, who's not the greatest blocker. I don't care what none of y'all say. He was a tough guy. He could catch well. I thought about Jimmy Ruckert, but to me, it was a toss-up between those two, so I went with Stover. Plus, he's a farm boy, and everybody likes that, don't they?
Mike?
Man, it is never a toss-up between Cade Stover and Jeremy Ruckert.
You
talking about that. You talking about you needing a crucial catch in the end zone. Jeremy Ruckert would have done that. Talking about a crucial first down needed. The one-hand catch that Cade Stover dropped. Jeremy Ruckert been there, done that. So yeah, Jeremy Ruckert all day. And see, Garrett I only had one, but I'm gonna go with Luke Farrell on the blocking side because
yeah.
So yeah, Ruckert, because 2019 I felt like was our best tight end room that we had.
Yeah,
and it really hasn't been like that since. And I'll say the only reason I'm not putting the guy this year is just because we haven't gotten production yet, right? So
right,
I mean,
exactly. That's why I didn't say Max Clare or anybody.
Yeah, I do feel like this room is close to that 2019 room going into this year. We just haven't seen the production out of them yet. But that Ruckert and that Farrell combination, you never knew which one. You just never knew.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, shout out to Clemson. So last one here, offensive line.
All right. Did you want us to do our all five? Or
give me your whole. Yeah, it was
okay.
Our five.
So here's my five, and I think some of these are no-brainers, a sweep on some of them. But left tackle is obviously Paris Johnson, right? Left guard Donovan Jackson. Center, I paused on this one, but I mean he did win the Remington, so I went with Seth McLaughlin. I got Wyatt Davis at right guard. And my right tackle, I debated in my mind for about 5 minutes between DeJuan Jones. I said right guard Wyatt Davis. He was there in 2019. Right tackle, I got DeJuan Jones with a slight edge over Nicholas Petit-Frere. That's my five.
Mike?
All right. My five. It's kind of similar to his, but I think he forgot about somebody. Give me Paris at left tackle, Donnie at left guard, Seth at center, Wyatt Davis at right guard, and give me Thayer Mumford at right tackle.
Okay. I didn't forget about Mumford, but I could not get out of my mind him getting absolutely blasted by your boy from the team up north in 2021.
That's
could not get
put
that
him on the
mind.
right side.
Yeah. Touche.
That's why I put him on the right side.
but that's why he didn't make the cut. But yes, Mumford was really good overall.
Yeah. I can't get the penalties from Petit Frere, man. Just the dumb penalties. Yeah, I feel like he can't. I don't know if he needed hearing aids or what.
So I have Paris, Jackson, McLaughlin. At right guard, I did forget about Wyatt Davis, but I had Josh Myers.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's solid.
But no, Wyatt, that slipped my mind. But that's a good pick too. At right tackle, looks like we all have someone different. I picked Simmons.
That's fine.
That's bad. That's not bad at all.
And that was probably the best 4-game tape I've ever seen in my life at left tackle. The fact that he had an average to bad year the year before, played 4 games this season and got a first round pick. Shout out to the coach that developed him. But there's a theme here in Ryan Day's tenure, and it has to do with the right side of that offensive line. I'm realizing that. But at right tackle,
I'm not upset. Simmons is a good pick, man.
You guys, you said Nicholas and
I said DeJuan Jones. We both said DeJuan Jones, didn't we?
You both said DeJuan?
Oh no, he said Mumford.
No,
he said Mumford.
I said Mumford. Yeah,
I said Jones.
Anybody got a coin on them?
I do not.
I do.
Yeah, all right. We're gonna go through between Mumford and big boy DeJuan.
All right, heads is who?
DeJuan.
Tails.
Mumford.
All right. That's tails. If anybody.
Mumford, welcome to the team, baby. Welcome to the team.
All right.
I think this is a pretty good. Well, we know it is. What is that spelling?
M-U-N-F-O. Is it M-U-N-F-O-R-D?
Yeah.
I forgot the word I was spelling. But I think it's pretty good. So. Well, we came up with everyone's at court. I'm going from quarterback down. C.J. Stroud, Dobbins, and Judkins, Smith, Marv, and Wilson at wide receiver, Rucker and Farrell at tight end, Johnson, Jackson, McLaughlin, Davis, and Mumford. That right side of the line would still be good, God. And on defense, Chase Young, even with Jack Sawyer, D tackle, nose tackle, whatever you want to call it. Ty Leak and Devon Hamilton, linebacker Simon and Harrison, Okuda, Arnett, and Wade at the corners, Downs and Fuller. Whoever the 2019 kicker is, you made the team. And Drew Chris. Oh, I forgot kick return. That's just Caleb Downs, right?
Yeah, it's going to have to be. He's the first one who returned a freaking punt since Jalen Marshall. So, yes.
Oh, it was Blake Hobbill was the kicker in 2019.
There you go. Congratulations. Somebody tweet at him and tag him and tell him he won. He won a spot.
All right, guys. Well, to both of you guys, I appreciate you guys doing this. Shout out to you guys and everyone else here in the chat that showed up. I really appreciate you guys joining the network and joining the community. Again, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Tomorrow, don't leave anybody. Do not leave yet. Tomorrow, you can catch Mike and Terry at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time on the world famous Buckeye Show. Again, at 7:30 every Wednesday, you can catch Mike and Terry, where they talk about college football or Ohio State football, but on the greater landscape and how it affects our #1 program in the nation. Also on Thursday, you can catch Ryan Stanley and I on the Call-In Show at 8 o'clock. Again, everyone, I hate hearing myself talk too much, so please call in. Brandon, you got anything for everybody? Anything you're coming up with? Any content you want to tell them about?
Yeah, so just catch me on Buckeye Scoop, me and Funky Buck, every Sunday evening at 6 p.m. I did a show with the Buckeye Boys last Sunday as well, so we kind of, collaborate a lot. Also, Facebook, Buckeye Sports Talk with B. Moses. I'm rocking my new shirt here. Some people have been asking about it, so if y'all want them, let me know. I can make them available. Same on IG, Buckeye Sports Talk with B. Moses, and then on Twitter, B. Moses as well. But yeah, I'll be around, man. Come holler at me.
Day one. That's our all-time Ryan Day list from 2019 to last season. Or else I would put Devin Sanchez on there. But but yeah, guys. Again, appreciate you guys all for coming here. Again, everyone, be sure to like, share, subscribe to the channel. And as always, OH.
IO.
There we go.